Hi everyone, it's Lynn with thesummermoon.com. So before I even jump into anything, I just want to thank all of you who tuned in last month to my Black History Now series, a series of exclusive interviews with local Black entrepreneurs. I've really had a great time interviewing everybody, and I really hope that you gained as much value as I did, if not more, from those local entrepreneurs. You can check out the series and all the interviewees from this year as well as the previous years by going to summermoon.com, and under categories you can just check out interviews, and you'll find all of them there. So gonna jump right into it. So my question for the month is, are you that I already know that person? Or have you ever encountered the I already know that person? The best example that I can think of off the top of my head is from a book called Bird by Bird. The author is Lynette, I believe. Hopefully I pronounced her last name correct. But she was telling us a story about these two women that were in a class that she was teaching. She was teaching a beginning writer course, and the ladies came in, and all they pretty much did was come in to criticize everything that she was putting out there by, going, oh, this material is so basic, we already have all of this information down, we already wrote, a couple of things. They might have even been published in some local publications. So they were taking a course as if there was nothing more for them to learn. Now the problem with this and the attitude of those ladies is, if they had already knew all that, knowing that that course was for beginners, why did they even sign up for it? Why did they even sign up for that course, for one? And what's the point of going in a course and doing nothing but complaining about it the whole time? That you already learned all of that and you don't need any more, and all that other nitpicking kind of things. Granted, sometimes some professors don't need to be teaching, but that's not the case with this. Anne Lamott is a very respected writer by many people, and she's published several books that have probably gone on to create a nice chunk of income for her. So obviously she knew what she was doing, and the reason why these ladies signed up for the course is because obviously they were trying to obtain that same level of success. So what that story reveals to me, in applying it to regular life and in more recent circumstances, is that people encounter opportunities that come their way, or they observe other people doing certain things, and they only watch it to nitpick at it and criticize the efforts of somebody else who at least is going out there and doing something about it, rather than just being all talk and no show. Especially the people who are not only walking their talk, but they're also bringing results to other people. And you have the people on the other side of the fence like, they're not teaching anything new that I don't already know, but it does not display in their life. So if you know it so much and you know it so well, why is it that it's not a color that you're wearing, if you know what I mean? So let me give you a more practical example. Say there's a teleconference or a webinar series going on, and you tune into it, or even a regular in-person conference, and you're there and you're like, I already know all the stuff they're teaching. This was a waste of my time and money, and I didn't really get anything out of it. I know everything there is for me to know when, if you're there, obviously you're still seeking that knowledge, unless you're one of those type of people who go to support things just so that you could talk about somebody for your own benefits. And I know those kind of people exist. I hope you're not one of them, but we know that they exist. Which it, just thinking about all this, it brings me up to why I was very hesitant to accept the word expert. Just recently, I was asked to sit on a panel of local business owners to, kind of share our experiences with other aspiring business owners, or even business owners that just felt maybe or perhaps stuck. And I was hesitant when I got there, because when I sat down on my particular spot, my tag read social media expert, and I was like, ooh, I'm not an expert. I don't want to be called that. So I expressed my feelings to one of my interviewees that I just recently did. I was kind of telling her about that experience, and she kind of asked me, she's like, why do you feel that way? And I said, well, I don't want to call myself an expert. So she said, well, what do you think you are? I said, well, I'm a student of life. I'm a student of this subject, and it's an ever-changing area. It's an ever-changing arena that, how dare I call myself an expert in this particular field, as there's always something for me to learn. There's always something new for me to explore, something different for me to master. And she said, well, you, my dear, are an expert, in that. That's what makes you an expert. You're aware of the fact that there's more for you to learn. You accept that, and you still continue and try to improve on the knowledge base that you already have. And she's saying that's what separates you from, other so-called experts, that they just kind of get the information and take it and run. She's like, so don't be ashamed to accept that particular title. And granted, I was still like, but, after hearing that, I said, okay, that's fine. Although you still probably won't hear me call myself an expert. But if, I won't feel any type of way if somebody happened to give me that particular title, knowing that I'm constantly trying to evolve as my field is evolving, if you know what I mean. But there's that other side of the fence where I don't want to be that I already know it person with regards to my business or anything else in my life. And I wonder, do you feel the same, or are you that I already know it person? I feel as though when you become the I already know it person, you stop. And what I mean by that is you leave no more opportunity to grow, to evolve, to adapt, and to change in a world that is everything but stagnant. And so I feel as though I agree with Anne. If you know it all, why are you even in the course? You can get something out of very little, even if you can attain, one piece of wisdom from the person teaching the course or the people within the course, especially as a writer. As a writer, there's so many nuggets that you can pull for the different kind of writing that you do. This is especially true if you're a poet or a fiction writer, which I am. And even in business. So, that's my question to you. Are you the I already know it person? Are you the person that is basically self-sabotaging yourself by limiting your thinking to believing that you know everything and everything you have to say is golden and there's nothing more for you to learn? Or have you ever encountered that person? And, if so, if you have, after hearing about that story, do you still feel the same? Do you still feel as though there's nothing more for you to learn? Or do you feel as though an expert is someone that's truly ever evolving, ever growing with the circumstances around them? I don't know. You tell me. So, until next time, peace.